You'll notice that the line chart uses 1 to 32 as its numbering system, which is consistent with the domestic insurance numbering systems today in the U.S. And you'll see, so you have 1 to 32, and below there's a number of different tags in the legend. So let's just take a moment to look at this, because this is really critical. This information will drive every question that you're addressed with after you save this information. So let's talk first about the single restoration. Single restoration, if we click O for single restoration, this single restoration could be a post and core, could be an onlay, could be an inlay, could be a full crown. In any case, by identifying that something is a single restoration, the program will ask you to define the parameters and the attributes of that particular restoration. So let's go here and see single implant restoration. So a single implant could be a full crown, and it could have many different types of abutments for securing it. It could be cemented to an abutment, it could be screw retained to an abutment, or it could be screw retained to an implant. So by putting a single I here, we've assigned that we were doing a single restoration, and then the system will ask you for the design and attributes of that particular type of restoration. So let's go now and say that we're doing a fixed partial denture on teeth. Well, that has something different. Okay, we're going to bracket, and this is very important, we're going to bracket the extent of the fixed bridge. So always everything will be internal to the bracketing. So each one of these are assigned. So this is one terminal abutment, this is a terminal abutment. So right across this line you can see that there are 3 possibilities for an A, which is a tooth abutment. So the second will be finally that there's one that's underscored, and this is assigning that something is an interim abutment. So then if we were to then go to X for Pontic, and on 7 and 10 we place a Pontic, you can see that it's a very simplistic method of designing a case, but very specific to the use of it, that we have a fixed partial denture which is bracketed from tooth number 6 to tooth number 11, with terminal abutments 6 and 11, interim abutments 8 and 9, and 7 and 10 are our Pontics. So very important to do this. Now, we could then replace this and say that this is an implant bridge. We go here and use a bracketed I for the other terminal abutment, and then interior abutments or interim abutments for 8 and 9, and once again the Pontics. So this is very important to pay attention to. So we've now spoken about a single tooth-borne restoration, a single tooth-borne implant restoration, and we've talked about making a fixed bridge on either teeth or implants. Now I would just add one thing to this, that if you were doing something that was a bridge that had a cantilever, we would still have the bracketed of the implants and teeth, but we might then just put an X outside that, and that would be defined, the system will recognize it as a Pontic. So we're going to clear everything here and take a look at one other option. Now let's say that we're doing a removable partial denture. So we go down here into the lower left, it says A equals abutment RPD. And we may say that 27 is an RPD abutment and 22 is. And then we would fill everything else in that are teeth that we're replacing. And then the system will recognize that we have 2 teeth supporting a removable partial denture and that we're replacing 6 teeth here on the chart. Okay, so let's clear everything. And we can see that if we're doing a complete upper denture and we're doing a complete lower denture, that we would use those 2 components in the legend. So then we'll clear all. So I hope this gives you a clear vision of how to do what could be a very simple design but complex in its ability to direct the program to ask you the right questions so that you literally cannot make a mistake.